So the first one we had was with Brother Khulam Malik. Then we had one with
Salah
Sharif. And now we had one with Murat,
yeah.
And now we have one today, inshallah, with a very special guest, Mohammad Arshad. I was going to say, with Mohammad, do people usually skip that name, or do you say your name Arshad?
No, everyone calls me Mohammad.
Mohammad as well. Okay, because I have a group chat of football for my masjid, yeah.
You have 500 Mohammed in there.
Yeah. So someone's. They're both, a few of them called Mohammed.
Yeah.
One of them identifies themselves as Mohammed. One of them identifies them with their second name. So I'm thinking maybe,
Yeah, Mohammed. That's what everyone knows me as. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. And now, Mohammad Arshad is a very special guest. And it's very interesting, his life, not just his business experiences, but is also his volunteering expenses that he's had in the Muslim community. That, inshallah ta'ala, will be all unwrapped and unraveled during the discussion, inshallah ta'ala. So first of all, I want to start off with an icebreaker. Do you have any interesting stories for us today?
Okay, before we do icebreaker, I wanna kind of like flip the script a little bit, right?
All right. Okay.
The first thing I want to do, actually, and this is like breaking your rules, I guess.
No, I love it.
I want to recognize both of you. That's what I want to start with. Okay. And the reason I want to recognize you guys, because I kind of learned a little bit about what you guys are trying to do here.
Okay.
And I'm really, really impressed, right? And I wanted to say this on camera because the reason why I'm impressed is because I'm always impressed by people who give for the sake of Allah. And with yourselves, you're actually giving for the sake of Allah right now, because you're here to help other people grow and get better and impact their life, right? Something amazing that I learned is that what is the most rewarding thing someone can do in Islam? Are you allowed to talk about it on camera?
No, that's good. Alhamdulillah.
The most rewarding thing you can do.
Someone dying in Islam, dying for the sake of Islam, would be considered very, very noble, right? And that's like a do not pass go, just go all the way straight, and you're made basically, right? Now think about that. When someone actually does that, like they actually die for the sake of Allah, or something happens and they sacrifice. What do they sacrifice?
Their life.
What is life?
Their wealth, their family.
What is life?
What is their life?
What is life?
Their servitude to Allah.
What is life though?
What do you mean like life?
What is life?
The purpose of life, or
no? What is life?
This is so. Look, he's aware that we're the guests now. We're being interviewed.
I'm asking you, what is life?
I don't know. As in, life is a series of moments and events.
Okay, good. Moments. So what is a moment?
A moment is something that happens, that takes place.
What would we classify as?
An experience.
An experience. Yeah.
Your life is, like you said, moments.
Time.
Moments are time.
Moments are time. Yeah.
Right. So now we're saying that someone who gives up their life is actually giving up time.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe they died at at 28 and they sacrificed, maybe they would have lived to 60.
Yeah.
So what's happened is that they made a sacrifice of their life, which is the end of their life, but it's also a sacrifice of time. Right?
Yeah.
So this sacrifice of time is recognized and rewarded by Allah on another level, right? And so what I do is always tell brothers like yourself who are out there giving that in essence, you guys are giving time as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
so you being here, you coming here, you being here for the sake of the people and helping them, this is you giving moments of your life and moments of your time. So it's very similar to this whole concept of you sacrificing something for the sake of Allah. And this is why whenever I meet volunteers, whenever I meet people like yourself, I'm always inspired by them. I'm always inspired by them because I know, just that value of giving that time is immeasurable.
Right.
And you don't know what it could do for someone as well. Someone can watch one video of yours, which is maybe 1 minute, and they could change their whole life over it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Sorry for flipping the script, but I just wanted to kind of like...
No, I really like that, alhamdulillah.
Obviously, you guys.
Mohammed, you're a mentor, isn't it? So
Yeah.
you mentor quite a lot of people, inshallah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is something that is a technique that you use to, in terms of mentorship, give them that belief that they're doing something significant, or they can do something significant. I think that's, it's a really good point to have, or a really good point to accentuate, because what you're doing is you're saying, look, everyone here has a purpose. Everyone here can bring value to people.
Yeah.
It's just about choosing what's of value and will suit you and your characteristics. I mean, obviously, do you have an icebreaker, or can we just get straight into it?
No, I can tell you two things.
Yeah.
So I'll share two quick things with you. First of all, I want to tell you about this guy called Dietrich. Dietrich.
Sounds
Dietrich.
like somebody out of
Weird
Harry
name.
Potter.
Yeah, his name's Dietrich. He's an Austrian guy. He's basically like a salesperson, like
Yeah.
I used to be, and he's flying around the Far East. And
Right.
while he's flying around, he's in an airport. He's very tired, right?
Yeah.
Like we are. So he goes into a shop and he has. He's thinking, what shall I drink, right? So he's got different drinks there.
Yeah.
So he picks up a drink and he goes, okay, I'll buy this. So he buys the drink. He goes off. He gets on the plane and stuff. He drinks the drink and he's like, wow, this drink is really cool. I really like this drink, right?
Yeah.
Oh, like, well, I wonder what it's all about, this, that, and the other, right? So anyway, he gets home and he says, you know what? This drink is amazing. We need it in Europe. So then he basically brings the drink over to Europe and he starts a whole business around that whole drink.
Right.
Okay.
Do you know what the name of that drink is?
Cafe Nero.
Fanta.
Red Bull.
Oh,
Red
wow.
Red Bull. And Red
Oh,
Bull
okay.
now actually has a huge culture around it. I've never drunk Red Bull,
Yeah,
by the
yeah,
way, but I'm
it
just
does,
saying that
Yeah, yeah.
the culture around it is huge now. They had this
Massive,
guy
yeah.
who jumped from space. I
Yeah,
don't know if you
yeah, yeah.
remember. He like just...
All of these
Have you
sports
seen it?
things.
I saw this thing yesterday. He jumped from a mountain range. He jumped on a plane.
Yeah, so mountain range is cool.
Yeah.
But this guy is like literally,
space.
it looks like he's going to miss the earth if he drops, right?
Wow.
So he falls out of it. So they have a huge culture. They're worth billions now.
Yeah.
Okay? And what Dietrich did was he took that from Thailand and he
Yeah.
brought it to the UK. He did great branding with it and he basically made it into this phenomena that it is right now. Okay? But one big question for you. Imagine that Dietrich was in that shop again.
And picked
What
up
if
the
he
other
had
one.
chosen water?
It wouldn't have happened.
It wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
How different would his life be if he had chosen water? Completely different,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Completely different. Right now, he's a billionaire. He's like
Somehow,
known all
yeah.
over the world. He's
Yeah.
created this whole culture. But if he had picked water, that's it.
None of this would have been bad.
Nothing. And this is it. One decision
Yeah.
can change your destiny forever.
Mm.
Right? And this is why it's so important to say Bismillah and to involve Allah in every decision you make.
decision.
Because you don't know, just tying your shoelaces over here could mean that you miss a pane of glass that drops there and kills someone.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Allah
So
Akbar, yeah.
every
I mean, you see those
decision you
videos.
make.
You see those
Yeah.
videos on
There's
Facebook
near
and stuff.
misses.
There's
Yeah.
near misses and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
And that guy could have just made the decision, I'm going to lay in bed for
Yeah.
1 second longer or I'll get up 1 second quicker.
Yeah.
And this is what life is all about, decisions that you make and it takes your destiny completely different.
Subhanallah.
SubhanAllah.
And the second story was?
I don't know if we've got time for that. Maybe later.
I think that's a good way to introduce it. Allahu
Yeah.
Akbar. Yeah, that's that mindset is right there already.
I mean, you can
from the
also
beginning.
say that like Allah's decree as well.
Yeah.
That Allah puts you in situations where you're blessed and you have the opportunity, and so like you could also have that aspect as well.
Yeah.
Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the ultimate,
decision maker.
decision maker in
Yeah.
your entire
Yeah.
life.